Hello everybody and welcome into Off the Boards. I have no idea what the hell Ryan is doing. But as always, we're your hosts. I'm Josh, that's Ryan there in the opposite corner. Once again, I point the opposite way. Ryan's over there, Ethan is down there. I am Josh, like I said. Together we are all off the boards, as you guys know, just as well as we do. Not a lot of hockey news this week, so it's kind of just going to be a lot of us doing this at each other today. Me and Ryan have already been going at it, and we've literally just been sitting in this call for like 20 minutes just trying to get stuff going. And, you know, we're talking about fantasy, and Ryan was talking about how he was going to be the first one out, but he said he meant to be the first one, like, in, but he said out by accident, and then he goes, yeah, go Leafs, and I'm like, no, we're not the first ones out. You got the right mentality. But you see, the Leafs are good enough not to get swept. We have class. We just don't have enough class.
Yeah, what did you guys learn in the class of getting blowing a 3-1 series
lead? We've done it a lot. What did I learn? I learned that I hate cheering for this team.
No, okay.
He says as he has a Leafs hat on, staring at a Matthews poster with a Gilmore above his head, and I'm too tired. Paul Materi. Paul Maneri? I don't know.
Ooh.
I sound like a fake fan.
Alright. Speaking of Leafs, we got like one piece of news, I guess.
Do we?
Counts. Austin Matthews raised $140,000 from November. He's going to shave stash.
Woo! Yeah! Let's go, Matthews! Be the man!
Better for him for shaving that shitty.
Come on! He's got the best stash in the show.
No, he doesn't.
Who?
He looks like a B-list porn star. Like...
Exactly! He's got the best stash in the show! I'm telling you!
I think that's being generous.
Who do you think has the best stash in the show, Ryan?
Okay, hold on. You can say he's got the best stash in the show, but when he wears that stash with so much pride and has a t-shirt that says "Wheelin' Moms" and "Clapping Bombs," you know, like, what do you expect from the guy? That guy pure definition of class in Toronto.
Sidney Crosby's got a better mustache. NHL. I'm literally just gonna Google NHL mustaches.
Ethan just made water come out my nose.
Okay, that's lame, dog.
Ryan's just so tunnel vision right now on this thing.
Yeah, and Josh is over here fucking dying.
Sam Bennett. Oh, Sam Bennett's got the best mustache in the show, buddy.
Does he?
My god.
Pretty good. Gosh. Yeah.
You want to send it to the Discord so I can show all of our lovely YouTube viewers?
Here's Sam Bennett's mustache.
Please?
In honor of Lanny McDonald.
Does he have like a greasy handlebar? I love it! Can he have that?
18-year-old Sam Bennett.
He is not 18.
He's always 18.
Oh, this is Ryan, this isn't even from this year. That's not a real mustache. Matthews has his all the time.
I have no idea when this is from.
That would have. Is that even Sam Bennett? Are you sure that's not Mikael Backlund?
That's Sam Bennett.
Why is he standing in front of Backlund's stuff?
I don't know.
Also,
he has a mustache. He can do whatever he wants.
My assumption is that photo is from like 2 or 3 years ago because I don't remember seeing this.
Yeah, I mean, he's also not on the.
That's what I mean. Anymore. So I'm saying this year, Austin Matthews has the best stash in the show.
I'm looking for an active photo.
Ryan just does not want to agree with this.
No, absolutely not.
No,
why would Ryan ever want to agree with me? Let's get this photo of Sam Bennett off.
Why? Because Josh has bad opinions.
Ow. I do not.
Ow.
That one hurts.
All
Aren't
right.
you? Hold on. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you a Green Bay Packers fan and you want to talk to me about decision making? Isn't your quarterback, I'm immunized? Yeah.
Listen,
Mr. Immunized.
Speaking of great mustache.
Don't you dare bring up Aaron Rodgers on this show. No.
I will. Aaron Rodgers, the greatest, dumbest quarterback ever.
The greatest, dumbest quarterback ever. You know what?
There's some competition for that role, but
cheers to that, buddy.
Yeah. Just wait till Josh Allen jumps through one too many tables, Josh. You'll see what happens.
I don't want to talk about football. Football just gives me pain. This is a hockey podcast where I actually have a team that does really good.
We won't talk about the Bills and then losing to Jacksonville.
Let me just hide that.
And who they lose to last week?
What do you mean by last week?
Or Sunday? Who did you guys lose to?
I don't want to talk about it.
What's it like being second to the Patriots again?
Ryan, I just played against a running back that literally has the skills of Derrick Henry and the skills of Saquon Barkley in one guy. I don't want to talk about it, okay? The guy had 5 touchdowns. What do you want me to do? What? The refs were paid off. If you watch the game, the ref was literally there the whole time. I'm pretty sure he was out back getting autographs from Jonathan Taylor at that point. Like, come on. It was not an enjoyable game. You want to know what is an enjoyable game? Anytime I watch the Leafs play hockey in the past month.
You know what's not an enjoyable game?
Being a Canucks fan.
Shut up. I was going to say that.
All right,
well, it could be worse.
You
could be a Coyotes fan.
Hey, let's talk about the Canucks. We dunked on the Coyotes enough last week, I think.
Ethan dunked on the Coyotes. It wasn't me.
Yeah. Ethan, what's the deal with you guys in the front office? What's going on?
They fucking blow. Jim Benning is nah, man. He's not there. So everything he's done, like trying to say this as respectfully as I can, because we have viewers, but Jim Benning is not smart at all, and he hurts my head a lot. Him trading for Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Connor Garland, great. Okay, we gave up Dylan Gunter for that. Okay, great. Let him put up 20 points a season in Arizona. Props. But like, his decision making is very lackluster. Travis Green has to go. He doesn't fit the Canucks playstyle. The Canucks playstyle are a very offensive team. You look at their top 6, you know, their top 6 can be one of the best top 6 in the league, but they're not, because we're trying to fit in this defensive style game. You know, fun fact, I said this last week, the Tyler Myers and OEL have been one of the best shutdown deep pairing in the league. Now we need offense. Past years, it's been terrible fucking defense. I mean, when you're relying on Alex Edler and his... You know, when you watch Alex Edler skate, you can feel his hips grinding. That's how terrible. Okay?
I mean, you guys rode him, Dan Hamhuis. You guys rode a lot of guys late into their careers.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the early 2000s, like, early 2010s. We were pretty solid. You look at like the late 2000s, we were pretty solid. But
would you guys like to hear the top 5 Jim Benning mistakes?
The top one make sure we're not mistakes.
All right, so number one. I'm not gonna do this in any order. This is just the order that I can see them. So trading Tim Scallender, Tyler Madden, and a 2020 second-round pick for Tyler Toffoli. Now, the trade is not the issue. It's the lack of foresight to retain Tyler Toffoli after you traded for him. That's the mistake. Second mistake, signing Tyler Myers to a 5-year, $30 million contract. Ethan's got something to say about Tyler Toffoli.
Why we got rid of Tyler Toffoli?
Why?
Because we wanted to sign Jake Virtanen.
Yeah, that guy's not in the league anymore. He's canceled.
Yeah, That was my next question. Where is Virtanen now? I know he's playing in the KHL, but
Yeah, somewhere in Russia where he doesn't have to worry about his
unbelievable.
allegations. The next mistake, he signed Louis Eriksson to a 6 years, $36 million contract. Let's see what else we got here. Trading Zach Cassian and a 5th round pick for Brandon Prust. That one's pretty bad. Signing Antoine Roussel, Jay Beagle, and Tim Schaller for a combined $7.9 million AAV. Yeah, and that's just 5 of Jim Benning's mistakes. Like, as a Leafs fan, I'm used to shitty management. I've been like, it was my entire childhood growing up watching this team. We had bad management, but I can tell you that if any of them did stuff like that, they would have been fired. So why is Jim Benning still employed by the Canucks? Ethan?
I don't understand. I don't know why he's still employed by the Vancouver. It does not make any sense. You know, I got a glimpse of hope when the Sedins re-signed with the Canucks this offseason. And I was like, wow, okay. Maybe we're heading in the right direction. We got 2 people who have been here their whole career. They know what the main issues are. Obviously, they don't have much of a say in what management does. However, it's very disappointing to see. As a Canucks fan, you're excited every season and you want to see these good players do well and succeed in their careers, and they just can't because of poor coaching and a terrible fucking general manager, Jim Benning.
Terrible management decisions. You guys are good. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
No worries. I like the fact that Jim Benning has drafted well, besides Jake Virtanen at, what was it, 5th overall, 6th overall in 2014. But like, we had, oh my god, let's see. Look, he's drafted Quinn Hughes, he's drafted Brock Besser, Elias Patterson, Thatcher Demko. Those are all key players in the Canucks roster now.
Yeah.
Those easily could have been misses.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that we're not doing anything with them. Brock Besser is a lot better than he is, and if he was on a much better managed team, Besser would be putting up, 60, 70 points a season. Elias Pettersson would be 80 and 90 points a season. Quinn Hughes, he's playing remarkable this season, regardless of how shit the Canucks have been. The defense on the Canucks this year have been great. I have nothing but great things to say about the Canucks defense this year. The fact that we lose 1-0 to Chicago, that should tell you enough. Our offense needs work, and it's not the players.
No.
It's not the players. Because it has been the exact same problem for years now.
Yeah, because even in that run where you guys went to the finals, ultimately your issue was goal scoring. Like, even when you had the Sedins.
Here and there, that team was really, really well, and everybody played well together because it was well coached. Alain Vigneault was a great coach for Vancouver.
The thing about that run that you guys had, everyone on that team was like kissing the end of their prime. You know what I mean? Like, other than the Sedins,
yeah.
you had a bunch of guys that after that year they were on the other side of 30, and then it's like, or they were turning 30, and when you turn 30 in the NHL, unless your name is Alexander Ovechkin, you kind of so.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
That's what happened with. Yeah.
Do you, as a Canucks fan, realistically, they're probably not gonna fire Benning in season, right? And they're probably not gonna fire Green in season. But do you think that after this year?
I hope so.
But do you think that after this year they're just gonna fucking clear house? Everyone out?
I would love to see that. I think. I mean, what else? What else are the Canucks gonna do? You're running out of time.
That's what I mean, right? Like you sign Besser. You're gonna have to sign Demko. You sign Hughes. These guys are here for a while, but you have to keep them engaged. Like Buffalo.
Well, exactly.
Buffalo signed Eichel. Do they still have Eichel right now? No, they do not.
It's like Patterson only has 3 years on his contract.
And then you guys are gonna have to sign him, and there's no guarantee that at that time you guys are gonna have the money to be able to sign Pedersen. You guys have to give him a reason to stay.
That's why he held out this year.
Yeah. He doesn't have,
That's what took him so long. Because he was questioning, well, do I really want to come back to a team that's not going to produce?
See,
I mean, he's not playing great this season, but you can't put that all on Elias Pettersson.
It's like being a Leafs fan, you know? Do I know that the Leafs are going to do better this year? Absolutely not. Do I think they're going to? I hope so. But I at least see some kind of progression that tells me that my team is going to be a little better. You every year as a Canucks fan probably go in, closing your eyes and just throwing a dart at the board and going, maybe we'll hit it. Maybe. Like,
pretty good.
You guys had, I'm not going to say that the Canadian division last year was easy, right? Because it wasn't an easy division. But if you guys were going to make the playoffs, you could have last year. Like, you guys had, let's be honest. Vancouver had the talent in that division last year to make a playoff spot, and they didn't. And not only did they not, they played really, really bad. I know they had the COVID issue, but, still. They were playing bad hockey last year. And Pettersson was playing good, and so was Hughes. Now Hughes is playing good, but Pettersson is playing bad. And the last thing that Canucks fans need is for Pettersson to start feeling disengaged and unappreciated by his team. Because you have to keep him around. I mean, I thought Besser was going to do better than he is right now. I thought Besser was a guaranteed 30-goal guy when you guys signed him. I'll be real. Now, I don't even know if Besser could score 20 on that team. I don't know. And I don't know what it is.
It's hard, man.
It's maybe... I don't think Green's a bad coach. But maybe Green needs to be the power play coach or the penalty kill coach, and you need to find someone that can actually teach these guys how to put the puck in the net, do their job.
That's just what we need. We need an offensive styled coach for this team, and we don't have that. Travis Green is a coach that can run a solid defensive game, but take what we've learned from Travis Green and find an offensive coach.
Well, it's
we will be solid.
If you're a player on Vancouver, right? What do you have because Jim Benning is your boss. He's the guy who signs your checks. And if you're a Canucks player, you probably don't think that Jim Benning is a very smart man after all the decisions you've seen him make. So do you really enjoy going to work every day if that's the guy who you're working for? Because I don't know, man. A lot of teams, they want to play for the guy. But I don't believe that the Vancouver Canucks want to play for Jim Benning. I'm not saying that they're going out there just for their contracts, but sometimes that's what it looks like. Because it just doesn't look like any of them are having fun. And I know that this is it's not about having fun. It's about, winning. Well, yes, but at the end of the day, the reason these guys all started playing this sport and got into it wasn't because when they were 10 years old they thought, I can make millions of dollars doing this. It was because they were having fun, kicking butt, and scoring goals. Even if you're a defenseman, who is 10 years old and you are making it to the NHL, I promise you are top 3 in scoring on any team you play on up until the Q. Because if you it's the same thing with anything, right? If we take an AHL player and we put him up against us, we're gonna get destroyed. If you put an AHL player on a beer league team, they're gonna eat people. They're gonna look miles better than everyone. There's it shouldn't. Vancouver needs to find a guy who can get everyone rallied, Like, kind of how, like, Dan Campbell is in the NFL with the Lions. The Lions have yet to win a game this year, but I believe that every single player on the Detroit Lions wants to run through a wall for Dan Campbell. I don't believe, like, I've never seen anything like that before. But Vancouver needs that because they have the talent right now and they're wasting it. And it's so hard to watch. Because I'm a Leafs fan. I know about wasting talent. We wasted Dion Phaneuf's career. We wasted Phil Kessel's prime. Like, we wasted a lot of players' primes in Toronto. Like, do I believe we're wasting Matthews' prime? I don't know yet. Because I don't believe that in the playoffs, it's really the Leafs' fault. I believe that they just can't score. That, like, the series that the Leafs lost in 2012 or whatever, the lockout year, where we got blown up by Boston in Game 7, where they came back. The Leafs had no right being in that series in Game 7 against Boston. No right. If you look at the roster, we had no one. We had Phil Kessel. Like, it was not a good team. Like, there was no reason the Leafs should have even made the playoffs that year. Now, the Leafs are making the playoffs, and they're not producing. So I don't blame management anymore as a Leafs fan. Because I can't. How am I going to blame management and the coach? The players are there. Do your damn job. Win us the game. That's what you're there for. And it's hard to see when... Because now, personally, I don't believe the Leafs as an organization are wasting these guys' primes. I believe that this guy is wasting his own prime in the playoffs. I really do. I believe that the Leafs' top guys like Marner and Matthews are both wasting their primes when it comes to the playoffs because for some reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's you can't play in big games, whatever it is, which doesn't make any sense. I hate that argument because Mitch Marner, if you look at how many trophies that guy has, he could build a house with trophies. He's been in finals before. He won the Memorial Cup for London. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry I took you away from your Vancouver rant, Ethan. I just really needed to get that off my chest.
No, it's okay. The Canucks suck. Sorry.
But it doesn't make sense that you guys do suck. Like, I'm with you. As a like,
I don't understand.
I want Vancouver to do good. Ryan wants Vancouver to do good.
Yeah, absolutely.
He wants Vancouver to do good for a different reason though than me. I want it for good hockey. Ryan wants it for
Oh,
but yeah.
Well, yeah. We won't get into that on this podcast.
Well, we could eventually. You never know. I don't have a problem being personal in this podcast. Right now, we'll stay tight-lipped. Like I said, I don't have a problem with personal questions on this podcast because I believe this is an outlet, at least for me. I love doing this, but that but was not for me saying that I love doing this podcast. Back to what I was talking about. Hockey is great when the Canadian teams are doing better because a majority of the viewing percentage for hockey, at least, is in Canada. So when the Canadian teams are doing better, it's better for the league. Gary Bettman might not think so, but I can promise you that if you went up to Bettman and said, "Hey Gary, what team would you want in every Stanley Cup final?" You would probably say something along the lines of the Habs versus the Habs or the Leafs versus the Leafs. Because those are the two teams that are going to bring in the most revenue every year. It's like how if you went up to, like, they asked this question to, David Stern, the old NBA commissioner. They said, who would be your dream matchup every year? He said the LA Lakers versus the LA Lakers. Because the money and the revenue that brings in is ridiculous. And I know that this is not, like, it's not all about revenue. But, it certainly helps. When Canadian teams are good because it makes the league look better. How do you think the NHL was able to get in on the TNT contract? It wasn't because like there was a point, I remember this in like the early 2000s, where hockey games would be on fishing channels. Because the lockout that Ryan's laughing about, it's true, he knows. The lockout that the NHL had, I can't remember which one it was. I don't think it was the 12, and I think it was the one before that. They were set up to get the ESPN contract, and then the lockout happened, and they lost it. So they started putting games on fishing channels in the middle of the day. Like, what? Come on.
Well, you gotta do, I guess.
Yeah, and I understand that. But right now, I think we can all agree that the league, minus a lot of the controversial stuff that is happening, which, don't get me wrong, should be happening, we need to talk about this kind of stuff, is in a really good spot right now. Money-wise, team-wise, we just added another team to the league. They're not doing so good right now. Their GM's kind of a bum. But they'll get there. They'll get there.
We'll see how they draft.
Hopefully
the draft
better.
will work what works.
Hopefully better.
The draft will what works.
So Ethan, you got anything else you want to say about the Canucks here? Or do you want us to move on here?
I mean, yeah, I guess the last thing I want to say is Shane Wright, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the roster.
Do you need a hug?
Yeah, I think so.
Whoa. Get away from my guy.
These two guys are tanking for Shane Wright. This is gonna be hilarious all year. Yeah. I'm gonna ask this because I'm gonna forget later. Ryan, are you coming home this weekend or next weekend?
Next weekend.
Ethan, we're gonna hang out with Ryan. I
All
want you guys to meet each other. Anyways, so yeah, okay, so you know what? We're gonna go to the Leafs here in a minute.
Okay.
I just want to ask Ethan this one question first. Ethan, how's your LG season going so far?
Not bad, buddy.
How many points you get?
Off to a pretty slow start, not gonna lie. Sitting at 13 points. 13, yeah.
It's not bad.
Games. 9 games, 13 points.
That's a slow start?
It is a slow start because
for one of the best players in NA, yeah, that's pretty slow.
Alright.
This man's cracked.
Usually I'd be looking at like a little over 20 by now.
Damn.
He's so good, Ryan. He's so good. Oh my god.
I believe it.
Alright,
okay.
So yeah,
winning record though. So
that's what matters.
The one way if anyone's ever playing against Ethan online, the one way to get into his head, start talking with Wendell Clark. This man has non-flashbacks of Wendell Clark.
Go on the PK against me. You'll score. I suck. Power play.
He's not good on the power play, Ryan. And we used to play HUD against each other, and I had like this 90 Wendell Clark card that I put on the wing, and I would spring him on breakaways like 10 times a game. I would intentionally take penalties because I could score on shorthanded. And Ethan would be so mad. He's like, no, I'm not, no. Anyways, we'll get on. Let's get on to the Leafs here for a minute. I don't have much to say other than, man, this team is enjoyable to watch. You know, even like we played 4 games. I remember saying last week, I don't need 8 points. I don't. I said if we get at least 5, I'll be happy. We got 6. We got 3 games. We went 3-1. The game that we lost was kind of a crap shoot to the Pens, but it was only 2-0. Jack Campbell played outstanding. I just found that we couldn't get anything going. I will also say, shout out to Justin Wall getting his first career shutout and I believe his second career win. Put up a pretty good performance against the Islanders, saved 20 of 20. And the Islanders, I mean, to their credit, they don't take a lot of shots. They're a very defensive hockey team, but they're still, I believe they're a good team. They'll figure it out this year. But as it stands right now, the Leafs are 13-6-1, and I believe in their last 10 that would put them at 8-2-0. They're 8-2-0 in their last 10. So the Leafs are still playing really great. There's not really a lot of players on the Leafs right now that are disappointing me, which is nice, and it's the first time I've been able to say that in a long time and not lie about it. Mitch Marner has still been producing for us. He had 2 goals against the Islanders the other night. Pretty good. And this week, we only play 3 games before next Wednesday. We're playing the Kings tonight. We should be able to beat the Kings. Play the Sharks on Friday. Shout out Erik Karlsson. And we play the Ducks on Sunday. That's going to be a fun game because I like the Ducks this year. Ryan doesn't like the Ducks.
You guys play the Kings tonight?
Yeah, we play the Kings tonight.
Well, la-di-da. I hope I have Jack Campbell starting.
Me too. I love Jack Campbell. Yeah, no, sorry. Like I said, I really don't have a lot to say on the Leafs other than Jack Campbell is standing on his head. I will say this. So in the past 4 games the Leafs have played, 2 of them have been shutouts, and they've only let in a total of 3 goals in their past 4. They are... Yes, Ethan?
The Leafs aren't playing tonight.
Oh, sorry, tomorrow. My bad, tomorrow. Tomorrow they're playing the Kings. My bad.
I got so scared because I'm like, I don't have Jack Campbell scheduled.
Yeah, no, sorry. They're playing the Kings tomorrow in LA. We're on a Western road trip. But yeah, no, the Leafs have been playing outstanding. They're not letting in goals, and they're producing at a pace that I'm comfortable with. If we're scoring 3 goals a game and we're holding teams to zilch, sweet. So that's all I want to say on the Leafs. I do want to say this right now. The 2 top betting teams to win, the betting favorites to win the cup this year, are the Leafs and Oilers. Tell me when the last time that happened was. Like,
both of them at the same time?
Yeah. That might never have happened.
Maybe.
I don't think they were both betting favorites last year.
I don't think they were betting favorites. No.
Tampa's not a betting favorite right now. Vegas likes Toronto and Edmonton.
Lightning are missing a few key players. Kucherov's out for a bit. Brayden Point's out for a while.
But we have teams that have only lost a total of 5 games all year, and one team that's only lost a total of 3 games all year.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Hurricane and Panthers are more in that conversation.
I think it's because people don't believe in the Hurricanes. And to be fair,
it's because people don't watch the Hurricanes.
No, I think it's because of this. If I told you that Antti Raanta and Frederik Andersen were going to go when they started on Carolina this year, if I told you that 17 games in, both of those guys would have combined for 14 wins and 3 losses and only been scored on 23 times, would you have said that was going to happen? Because I wouldn't have.
No, that's a good point, because I think Frederik Andersen especially is just overperforming.
Yes, I that's what I mean. So that's why I believe
going to regress.
Yes,
as will guys like Carter Hart, Jack Campbell are in the conversation. Sorry, boys.
The thing is about
both those guys, but they're, as much as I think they are very good goaltenders, they are overperforming.
The thing about Jack is and Hart at this point. The reason that I don't think Hart's going to regress is because Hart was really good in year 1, sucked in year 2, and he's doing way better in year 3. Yeah. The reason that I think Campbell's going to do good is because Campbell's been doing good his entire career and he's not done yet. The reason I think Anderson's going to regress is because I'm a Leafs fan and I've seen it. This guy can do this for normally about 20 games. And then he just, boom, down. He'll get injured. He'll get hurt at some point this year. And they're going to go to Raanta. And Raanta will start and Raanta will be playing good. And then Raanta will get hurt too. And then they're going to be SOL. Because they decided to not pay $3 million for a really good goalie.
And my question is, we have never seen Jack Campbell play more than 31 games. Is he different, or is he the same as Anderson? Does he?
He's different. Built
after a certain amount of games.
Okay. He's built. The reason is age. It's age. Built diff. Yeah, Ethan agrees.
He built different.
Built diff. Soapy, baby! I was watching the Leafs game the other day, and you want to know what happened after Jack Campbell made a huge save? All of a sudden, I just heard this come through the TV. Soupy. I'm like, yo, we do that now? Leafs fans cheer Soup's name when he does that? I'm like, yo, Soup for MVP, baby. Oh my god.
Yeah. Alright.
Soup gets me excited.
I want to see this excited after the first round of the playoffs.
Look, if we win, if the Leafs make it out of the first round, I'm gonna lose my voice. I'm not gonna be able to record that week. You're just gonna have me here like, go Leafs, like.
And then they're gonna lose in the second round, and we're gonna laugh even harder.
I don't give a fuck, Ryan. If the Leafs win the round 1, they could get swept in the second round, and I would not care. I would not care. I would not.
Honestly, I think if the Leafs make it past the first round, I think they're going to go for
it. I also believe that if the Leafs make it past the first round, they have the opportunity to win the cup.
I think they do too, but I've got absolutely no faith. All right, moving on from the Leafs, unless Josh, you got anything else?
One sec.
Uh-huh.
Ryan has no faith in the Leafs, but he's also about to tell us that he has 0 faith in the Habs, who Ryan, remember how you said that you were going to send Cole Caulfield down to the AHL so he could learn and win the Calder? What happened to that idea? Because now he's back up on your team. What happened? It was like a week!
He needed a little bit of time down the AHL. Guess going.
For what? Ryan, he had like 3 points in 6 games, didn't he?
This is not what I want to talk about, Joe. He had, in the AHL, by the way, he had 5 points in 6 games. Which is pretty good. Still struggling to find that offense in the
currently. I also want to say that on that Laval Rocket team, he was -6.
He is a fucking 20-year-old. He's not there to play defense. He's there to score goals. We'll figure out defense.
In the AHL, on a team like Laval, that's supposed to be the #1 team in the AHL, according to Ryan. He got 6. He had 6 goals. Ryan, he has. Ryan. You know, Cole Caulfield has 1 point in 12 games in the NHL right now.
How many points does Nick Robertson have in the stretch?
That's unfair.
That guy. 0 games?
He broke his leg. Have some respect, Ryan. The man fractured his tibia. Like, come on.
After getting sent down to the AHL to start.
Have you ever broken your tibia, Ryan?
No, I haven't.
I bet you it hurts.
All right.
Show some damn compassion for that man.
Talk about Josh. It's my segment. I get to choose what I talk about.
I want you to talk about how bad the Habs are.
I don't want to do that. I'm going to talk about the Carolina Hurricanes.
No! Talk about the damn Habs!
Wait.
Ethan.
Yo, Ryan, I'm sorry to do this, and I totally forgot, and it just came to me now, but we had off the boards want to say rest in peace to Patrick Laine's father, Harry Laine. He passed away this past weekend. Our condolences to his family. It's super unfortunate. We obviously love Patrick Laine. He's quite mean for us here, but in all seriousness, you know, we have the utmost respect for him and respect.
Thoughts and prayers go out to Laine and his family. I also want to say one more thing on the end of that. I know that I took shots at Dion Phaneuf last week. I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna apologize. As much as I had at the end of Dion Phaneuf's career, I did call him a pylon. He was a good captain, and he was there for a lot of the stuff that we had to go through, and I respect it. And I just want to say this: the night that we retired Dion Phaneuf's number, that night he dropped the puck and got his alumni jacket. We scored 3 goals, baby. That's Dion Phaneuf's number. We're showing up for the captain.
Hey Josh, yeah. I was told on his way out to dropping puck, he got coned by 3 people.
You got what?
So he got coned by 3 people.
I love that. I love that. All right, Ryan. What?
He not only dropped the puck, but he dropped the ball.
Oh my God. So, Ryan, are you actually going to talk about the Hurricanes, or are you going to talk about how bad the Habs are?
So the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh my God, he's actually doing it.
They, over the summer, signed a player.
I don't. Okay, no. I am not. No, I'll cut your mic off. I'm not letting you crap on another team for a bad signing after you guys traded and signed Christian Dvorak. Don't even start with me.
Christian Dvorak could still turn it around.
So could Jesperi Kotkaniemi.
Yeah. Mr. 4 points in 17 games.
How many does Dvorak have, Ryan?
Like more than that.
Isn't Dvorak playing on the second line? I'm pretty sure Kotkaniemi is playing on the 4th line.
Yeah, because Kotkaniemi is a bad player. Christian Dvorak is playing on the second line. He has 8 points in 20 games.
Yeah, and how many? What's his plus minus right now? Let me hear it.
We're not going to talk about that.
What is it? I will look.
Nick Suzuki. This kid is dying.
I love that man. What a
freaking legend. 14 points, 20 games, leading scorer for the Habs. By far the best player in the ice at any given time for the Habs.
I'm sorry, but you guys' leading scorer has 14 points in 20 games? And that's good?
Josh, we're like fifth less in the league, but
Ryan, it's worse than that.
We're tied for fourth last in the league.
Yes, but your goal difference would show that you guys are on a worse pace than those teams.
We are second last in goal differential.
Behind
However,
the...
He has not been the fault of that. He has 4 goals, 14 points.
Your guys' leading goal scorer has 4 goals.
Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about, actually, I think we have somebody with 5. We must have somebody with. No, we have 4. We have 6 guys with 4 goals. Right. Suzuki, Anderson, Gallagher, Hoffman, Sherratt, and Foley all have 4 goals.
Mm-hmm.
And then another 4 guys with 3. We like to spread it around. We can't let one guy do all the scoring. It's a group effort. That's why we have 6 alternates this year instead of a captain.
Yeah, we can't let one guy be bad. We have to let everyone be bad.
Yeah. Other guys look good. Alex Romanov has looked so good. Solid defensive play. Really throwing the body out.
Wait, hold on. Last week you were saying that Romanov looked bad. Did he pick it up all of a sudden?
Yeah, last week he was bad. This week we won a game 6-3. We also lost a game 6-0, but that's...
I'm about to say, you lost a game 6-0!
Speaking of winning 6-3, we're going to ignore the Pittsburgh game. 6-3, here's what happened. We scored 6 goals the night we changed our intro song back to Fix You. Fix You fixed us. I swear to God.
But
this
also,
season we changed our intro song to some other bullshit. I don't know what it was. I don't care. Keep it Fix You forever.
I also just want to give a tiny shout out here while we're talking about the Nashville game. Matt Duchene has been super impressive this year. What a way to turn your damn career around, man. 12 goals in 18 games. 19 points.
And Mikael Granlund.
Yeah.
Mikael Granlund, too.
The guy's got 7 power play goals, or 7 power play points. 4 of them are goals. This is not the year I expected from Matt Duchene. Funny enough, I said that if they were gonna do good, they need Duchene to step up, and I'm fairly certain that they're 9-7-1. So it's not even Duchene's fault anymore. He's actually playing for his contract, which is good.
Yeah.
But the Habs did win. Ryan wants
6-3. We let 3 goals in the third period.
All to Matt Duchene. Hat trick.
Yeah, Matt Duchene all scored all 3.
Yeah.
But that's fine because we won 6-3. And it was not just that we scored a lot. We were dominant. I found that we had the puck. We were controlling the puck. There was a point where we had 2 or 3 minutes of zone time just out of nowhere, 5v5. We were in the zone for 2 or 3 minutes. It didn't lead to a goal, unfortunately, but still, that's good pressure that we're putting on. That's times, I think Nashville had a breakaway at the end of it. Everybody was so dead tired, they just gave up on it.
Has Price played a game yet?
No, Price has not played a game yet. We do not know when he's going to return. He is beginning to skate, I believe. Do know that Jake Allen will be back on Wednesday against the Capitals.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah.
Do you think that Carey Price is really gonna solve your problems? Honestly. Or do you or is it just nostalgia that's telling you this? Or do you think that he's actually gonna be able to
all the problems we have right now, Carey Price solved them for the last 15 years. I have no doubt in my mind that Carey Price will solve these problems.
Well, yeah, but let's I know you don't want to talk about the 6-0 game, but let's take that game for an example, right? The Penguins scored 6 goals against you guys, and you guys hung 0. How does Carey Price fix that problem? Because your guys' goal scoring problem, yes, you guys are letting in a lot of goals, but you also can't score right now. You guys can't get the lid off. So do you think that just having Carey there is going to help you guys out enough where you guys are going to be able to generate more scoring chances?
It's not. In short, yes.
Mm-hmm.
In long form, Carey Price is a guy who when we lose a game 6-0 with Carey Price, he stops half those goals.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. The only reason that I bring that up...
And let me finish here.
Yeah.
Not only does he stop half those goals, he brings a certain amount of leadership to this team that this team desperately. Mm-hmm. We need somebody to step up and be a leader. And Carey Price is the guy to do that. He's always been a silent leader on this team. And not only that, we talk about how does he generate offense for a team. Carey Price is so good at handling the puck. A lot of times he acts as a third defenseman for a team. More often than not, you see him make a breakout pass, and that's something we are desperately missing. We don't have that offensive defenseman that can make a breakout pass, help generate offense. Carey Price was that guy.
Carey Price was that offensive defenseman.
He was. It sounds crazy, but he was. He really did bring a certain touch. He brought a certain level of gravitas. He brought some poise, brought leadership. He brought all the intangibles along with stellar play. There's a reason he was our superstar for so long. I think he still is, or at least he can be. And assuming Carey Price comes back and he's playing as well as he did, in his investment season, which the injury started after that, and assuming this marks the end of that scenario, it's not any drug abuse is behind him. He's moved on. He's recovered. He's doing much better. If that is what it takes for him to come back to where he was at his peak, the league's fucked.
I have two questions.
At his peak. Okay, go ahead.
One, so the reason I asked you that question about the Penguins score in the first place wasn't because I wanted to pick on you guys for losing 6-0 to the Penguins. Trust me, the Leafs lost like 6 whatever to the Penguins earlier this year. But the Penguins with a better team on, I think it was Saturday night, we played them again, where we lost 2-0. The Leafs weren't able to score a goal against the Penguins, but Jack Campbell was only let up 2. So my question to you guys is that can Carey do what Jack just did? To where where he could stop that. My second question, and I don't want to speculate on Carey Price. If this is not factual, please just don't even like give me an answer to this. Do we know how long Carey Price was on painkillers for?
No.
Okay.
We do not. As for your first question, before we get too far away from it, not only do I think Carey Price can do that, I think Jake Allen. Because I think what people are forgetting, that game where we lost 6-0, we were starting our 4th best goalie.
Didn't Jack let in like 4 goals on 9 shots like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, probably.
That's what so do you really think that Jack's gonna be able to do that? Or Jake, sorry, not Jack. I meant Jake.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. No.
I think he can do it sometimes. I think added pressure of having to be a starter. We saw what happened when he was forced to be a starter in St. Louis. It just didn't work. Unfortunately, he's probably the 33rd best goalie.
The 33rd.
Well, I don't think there's anybody better to be a backup for a 1B goalie than Jake Allen.
I agree with that statement, but I still do believe that Jack Campbell has the ability to start on teams that have perfect scenarios laid out for him. I believe that Jake Allen could perform well in Toronto. I believe that he could perform well in Tampa. I don't believe that he could perform well in somewhere like Vegas or somewhere like Seattle or somewhere like even I think he could perform well in the Ducks. Maybe. I think like a team like Buffalo, I think that he wouldn't be able to perform. But like I believe that on the team that he's on right now, if you guys could score some goals for him, that'd be really nice. Because that game that I was referring to, he let in 3 goals on 7 shots. And I remember we were at the bar talking about it, and you were pissed. Yeah, but you can't
every goaltender has bad games.
I agree. It does happen. I agree. Trust me, the only bad game I've ever seen Jack Campbell play was Game 7 last year, where he let that knuckle puck go in over his glove against Gallagher. He said it himself. I had to have that. He's right. He had to have that.
Yeah.
That's hockey.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens. Goaltenders have bad games. There's nothing you can do about it.
Nope.
I think our defense needs to step up a bit more. We've had Norlinder play a few games. Look good. I think he definitely needs more time in Sweden. He needs help, but there is something there. Romanov is starting to come into his own on North American. Savard's been god awful. Petry's still trying to do too much. I think Joel Edmondson is starting to practice with the team again. Him coming back to this team, I think people don't understand how much he can do for this team. I think you put him back with Petry, it takes the load off Petry a bit. It lets Petry be more offensive and lets him not have to worry about defense quite as much. Because as it stands, Jeff Petry is trying to do it all.
And we like me and Ryan have talked about this before. Petry is not a 1. He's not. Like this year has shown us that Petry is not a 1 guy. He is a very, very talented 2, but he's not a 1. He can't be your number 1 guy. He just, I don't know if it's pressure. I don't know what it is. I honestly
think it's a very similar situation to Jacob. Like that's why I would.
I honestly thought after last year I was starting to get on board with Petry being a Norris candidate at least.
Yeah.
But now, honestly, I don't see it because this was his proving year. This was the point in time where if you're gonna be a Norris candidate, you prove that you deserve to be a Norris candidate.
Yeah. And I think it is the same as Jake Allen, where it's just he has the skill. The pressure is just too much for him to take that other step, that one more step to be truly at the top. Like Jake Allen is so close to being a starter. Jeff Petry is so close to being the number 1. And there's just this pressure, especially in a city like Montreal. There's so much the best. I mean, Josh, you get it. Like the Leafs have the same issue with just the media is so on top of them, and so on to be so good.
It's hard. It's hard to watch Leaf players take media questions because I don't think Vancouver media is as bad. They might be, I don't know, because it could just be a Canada thing. But like the media in Montreal and Toronto, man, they're brutal. They're fucking brutal. Like
they eat them alive. It's
brutal.
Absurd.
You can argue that Toronto media absolutely drove Kessel out of town.
He did. They did. They literally chased him down on the street eating a hot dog, bullying him about eating a hot dog. Like. That man has 2 Stanley Cups. That guy can eat all the hot dogs he wants.
In fairness, he didn't have 2 Stanley Cups at the time. But now he can all Stanley Cups.
He's still eating hot dogs. He was eating hot dogs out of the cup, man.
Yeah.
Like,
player you traded for, what was it, like a first and captain, and then you guys trade captain back to the Penguins anyway?
Do you want to know the trade tree that we got? Because it was a first, Lepsic, and Kasperi Kapanen. I can't remember his name. We ended up trading Lepsic to Vancouver for like a 3rd or a 4th or something like that for like nothing to a player that didn't pan out. I honestly don't remember who we took with the Penguins pick. I think it was someone surprising, but I can't remember.
Oh, no, you know what happened? You guys got the first pick. That first pick from
didn't we trade it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Freddie out of that. And then we lost Freddie for nothing. So, like, here's the thing.
I mean, you got a few good years out of Anderson.
Yes,
so,
I have I have mad respect for Frederik Anderson. I wish that he wasn't winning on the team that pulled the David Ayers game. That's my only gripe against Carolina is David Ayers. I like the Carolina Hurricanes. I really do. I find they're hilarious. I think everyone on their team has got character, and I love it. I love it. Like, you know, they make work. They have team celebrations. Actual team celebrate. Like, they do soccer stuff in hockey. I love it. Don Cherry hated it, but I love it.
Wow, I'm just looking at the trade tree from the Phil Kessel thing.
Yeah, we got shafted.
The Phil Kessel trade was bad. The captain trade after that was so much worse.
Why?
The only other notable player other than captain in that deal, I think, was a guy who's now coming in, like Evan Rodriguez.
Yeah,
who was kind of he was part of that trade. He got traded to Toronto
for 5 minutes.
He
was there for like 5 minutes.
He signed back in Pittsburgh a month later.
Yeah, because we didn't sign him. He was a Leaf for 5 minutes. His contract expired the next day, and they just never signed him. We would have got
Amirov the only pick.
The Leafs would have gotten more out of Kapanen if Kyle Dubas didn't sign him to a trash contract and then have to just go bye, bye bye. Like, he did the same thing with what was that guy's first name? Janssen. Johansson? No, not Johansson. It was Janssen. Andreas Janssen, yeah. Like, they would have got, like, Janssen, don't get me wrong, good player. Needs a lot around him to do things, not worth $3 million. I'm sorry.
It's unfortunate with how Toronto has treated their expiring players, because you guys have lost a lot of good players to free agency.
I mean, like,
James Van Riemsdyk, Nazem Kadri.
We traded JVR and Nas.
I'm looking at the Freddie Anderson deal now. It got worse. Not only did you guys get that first round pick, you guys gave a second round pick as part of that.
Yeah.
They drafted Sam Steele and Max Comtois.
Yeah, I know.
Those are
I'm aware.
The players for that.
Sam Steele not as much, but Comtois is an excellent player. I love watching Comtois.
Sam Steele had 12 points in 14 games last year. He's probably the third line center.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry if I got you off here.
No. Okay, the Leafs did trade Kadri. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, we got Tyson Barrie.
Riemsdyk walked.
No, but I mean, like, I thought you meant how we got him in the first place.
No, I mean, like, how he left.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay.
I mean, like, you lost a solid piece in that. There was somebody else too, man.
We traded Dion for Goof. Oh, I guess we let Bozak walk, but, like, Bozak wanted a lot of money, and the Leafs were like, no. Like, I agree that the Leafs have made a lot of bad decisions, but I believe that I think it would have been the 90s, whenever they had that racist, sexist owner, Ballard, I think was his last name. I can't remember what his first name was. He was a cheapskate. He hated Russians. He hated women. He hated minorities. He had an opportunity to sign Wayne Gretzky to a point where Gretzky had agreed to play for the Leafs. You want to know what he said? Why do I need to sign Wayne Gretzky when I'm filling the stands every night having a bad hockey team? It doesn't matter. It's all about money. Who cares about winning? The Leafs would have won at least one Stanley Cup in the 90s if they would have signed him. Because could you imagine Gretzky in Toronto? That would have been nuts. Like, the fans would have gone crazy.
You guys probably win 93.
Yes.
And the other thing,
it would have
been a Montreal-Toronto final.
That's how that should have been. To this day. I wasn't alive during that series. But to this day, if I mention the name, Frazier.
Mark Shorley?
No, Frazier, the referee. Can't remember his first name was. Anyways. Carey Frazier. I can't remember. The high sticking call that went unnoticed. Wayne Gretzky, in his entire career, whenever he would do something wrong that he didn't believe he was getting penalized for, or he would be complaining, he would be bitching, he'd be saying I didn't do it. If you go back and watch that game when he got no called, he didn't say shit, because he knew he fucked up. No call. None.
Carey Frazier.
None. Yeah, Carey Frazier. Yeah. Don't like that guy.
No.
But what are you gonna do? The Leafs would have played the Habs that year, and the Leafs had the Habs number that year too. We had beaten you guys in the regular season. Well, we beat. What I mean by that is we beat you guys in the regular season, and that is the only time. Yeah, we were also in the Western Conference. That is the only time where we have seen an opportunity in the modern era to see the Leafs play the Habs in the finals, and we got screwed.
Yeah,
we got screwed. We got screwed. Doug Gilmour, I love this guy. Got high stick by Wayne Gretzky. No call. And if Wayne Gretzky was on Toronto, couldn't have happened. Maybe we would have been on the other end of it. Maybe Gretzky would have high-sticked someone else and not gotten called, and then we would have won Game 6 instead of having to go to Game 7. Because I just want to let people know, because not a lot of people know. That wasn't Game 7 that he high-sticked it. It was Game 6. They ended up tying it, because we would have gone in the power play, and we had a chance to score. The game stays scoreless. We go to overtime, we lose. The next game, apparently my dad said, was just a blowout. It was a walk. They looked horrible. So it is what it is. I feel like I'm spinning my tires here. Do we have any actual news this week? Like, was there anything, Ryan?
No, not at all.
Really?
Bettman met with the premier of Quebec to talk about the Nordics maybe coming back,
Yes!
I'd be surprised. I
Yes!
would be amazed if anything.
Yes!
There's no way it comes.
Let's move Arizona. Let's do it. They've got no fans anyway. Ethan said so.
All right, if that happens,
If
then
anything-
we're blind the divisions. Who moves to the west?
In our
I was gonna say, like,
Detroit.
I think
Yeah.
if anything,
Pretty good.
Arizona would be moving to like Houston.
Yeah.
I don't
I would
like.
say moving
The thing
east
is,
first, probably.
but if any team is moving, it's Arizona, and the league has already said that the
100%.
next. The league has already said that the next team coming into the league is a Quebec City team.
I mean, it's the safest bet. You know, if you put a team back in Quebec City, it's going to do well.
Well, yeah. Well, it doesn't. Like the thing is, it doesn't have to do well. It just has to bring eyeballs and butts into the seats.
It has to be better than Arizona. That's not.
I will tell you right now, as a kid sitting in New Brunswick, I would, and as a Leafs fan, if the Leafs were playing the Nordiques in Quebec City, I would go. I would go. I'd make a day trip out of it. Why not?
Okay.
It's like six
Yeah,
or
go for it.
it's like 6 to 8 hours, I think, or something like that. Why not?
Drive home Saturday morning.
Yes,
Get that
exactly. Yeah,
Stay the night. Drive
It'd be
back
great.
Wednesday.
it would be great. Yes. Like, whatever.
All right. Can we get a time check, Josh?
Yeah, we're just above an hour.
All right. Do you guys want to do trivia and wrap this up then, or do you guys have anything else to talk about?
Oh god.
I'm ready. I need a W in my column.
Guys,
Did I
You're
catch
gonna,
Josh off?
you're gonna have to give me a
Good job.
second here. No, you didn't catch me off guard. I'm trying to find a question that's not gonna absolutely rail you guys.
I caught him off guard.
That one's way too easy. Actually, no, it's not. That is hilarious. I got a question for you. So,
send a picture to the Discord. It's Ovi and Trevor Zegras meeting.
real quick, Ryan, just before I do trivia.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so wholesome.
Yeah.
God, Ovechkin's old now. Speaking of Ovi, the guy's got like 14 goals in like 20 games or something like that. It's not a matter of if he's gonna beat Gretzky's record now, it's when.
If he keeps the pace, yeah.
That's nuts. Like, God. Okay. So the question, now that I have my Ovi fanboying out of the way,
15, 30 points in 19.
so this is going to be a multiple choice answer.
Hooray!
Which of the following set a record for being the oldest player to reach his first 50 goal season? Your answers are Johnny Boychuk, Gordie Howe, Dave Schultz, or Bobby Hull.
What was the first one?
Johnny Boychuk.
Okay. And Josh, have we done a double check? Make sure this is the correct answer, Josh.
I'm not double checking it. I have confidence in my answer.
Okay. This one, I would be amazed if you managed. If something went wrong here.
Did
If
you
I
say
managed-
Johnny Boychuk?
Yeah, Johnny Boychuk.
Like the defenseman?
Was Johnny Boychuk a defenseman? I thought he was a forward.
Are you thinking of Johnny Busick, Josh?
Oh yeah, no, I can't fucking read. Sorry, boys.
Johnny
I was
Busick.
gonna say, I'm like,
Sorry.
wait a minute.
Yeah, no. Sorry. Johnny Busick, Gordie Howe, David Schultz, and Bobby Hull. That is on me. I guess that wasn't fact check. Sorry.
It's alright. I think I got my answer.
Huh?
Oldest player. So out of them, who was the oldest to score 50?
Yeah. Well, no. Which one of them had their first 50 goal season? Like that they were old. Like they were the oldest player to have their first 50 goal season.
First field season.
Yeah, their first 50
They
goal
couldn't have had it
season.
early.
Yeah, they were old.
Who was the third name you named, by the way?
David Schultz. Dave
Okay,
Schultz.
it was Dave Schultz. No.
You go first, buddy.
I'm gonna go A. Johnny Busick.
Ethan?
I was also gonna say Johnny Busick.
I don't know how the fuck you guys got that right.
I mean, it's not gonna be Hull or Howe.
Yeah, that one
Dave-
seemed
Dave Schultz,
easy.
I don't know.
I don't even recognize the other guy's name, so you know what? That's fair.
All right.
Okay, fine.
You got another
Okay.
one, or
Of course.
okay.
Okay. So In 2001, 2002, that NHL season, there was an NHL team that had 5 players on it that are top 5 or top 50 all-time goal-scoring leaders playing on that roster. This is a multiple choice question.
Like league all time, or like for the team?
League all time top 50. They had 5 top 50 goal scorers all time on this team. Your options are the Red Wings, the Devils, the Leafs, or the Rangers.
Okay, so it's not the Leafs.
Why you gotta do that?
Okay, I got my answer. I think I know this right off the bat.
Yeah, I bet you do. I would too.
I'm just gonna do a double check. I don't think.
Ryan cheating over there?
No. Answer.
This guy goes.
On my screen is Alex Ovechkin's stats from like this year. Just like you mentioned it.
Now Alex Ovechkin's on our screen. Oh God, Ryan's Discord name's there. Uh-oh.
You didn't say anything.
Ovechkin and Trevor Zegras.
Don't they need the numbers to add you anyway?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say.
Yeah, if you're ready to say it, just go ahead and shout it out.
I think I'm ready to say too.
All right, go ahead.
Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Detroit. It has to be.
So, totaling.
It's Colorado.
Colorado wasn't an option. Totaling
Wait,
2,865 goals. The Detroit Red Wings had Brett Hull, Steve Yzerman. Yzerman, I like saying Yzerman because someone, I can't remember who
Hull was on that team?
Yes!
Yep.
Luke Robitaille, Pat Verbeek, and Brandon Shanahan were all on that team and all had over 450 goals.
Luke Robitaille played for a team that wasn't the Kings?
Yeah.
What the fuck? He played for the Penguins and the Rangers too. What the hell?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I mean, I think Luke Robitaille. I think the Kings.
Well, yeah, I do too. But late in his career, he started doing the thing where you go and try to win more. So. Yeah.
I'm 2 for 2. But so Ryan, which sucks.
Yeah, you both went 2 for 2 today. It's hilarious.
So Yzerman, Hull,
Robitaille, Verbeek, and Shanahan.
Shanahan, and then Verbeek.
Yeah. You guys want one more? Because I got one in front of me.
All right.
So
I just want to get a point without Ryan getting a point. Okay?
I'm trying to help you out. I'm really trying to help you out. So
Ryan?
Which of the following NHL players did not score 50 in the rookie season? Your options are. God.
I'm gonna close the Ovechkin tab before I look at it.
Joe Nieuwendyk, Mike. I think I pronounced that one right. Mike Bossy, Teemu Selanne, or Mario Lemieux. Which one of them did not score 50 in their first year?
What were the first 2 options again, sorry?
Joe Nieuwendyk and Mike Bossy.
The third option?
Teemu Selanne.
Okay. I thought
and Super Mario.
Okay. I mean, I got my answer.
Yep.
Not sure.
Did you say 50 goals or 50 points?
50 goals.
50 goals, okay.
They did not score 50 in their first year.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a shot.
Alright. Why don't you just throw it and throw me out?
Joe Nieuwendyk.
Let's say Joe Nieuwendyk too. You should have let me go first.
I mean, what difference would it make?
I don't know how to tell you guys this.
Is it Brett Hull?
No, Brett Hull wasn't an option, Ryan, again. You both got it wrong. Wait, who'd you just say, Ethan?
Mario Lemieux.
It was Super Mario! Joe Nieuwendyk had 51, Teemu Selanne had 76, and Bossy had 53.
Lemieux only had 43.
Lemieux had 43. You guys were like, Ryan was so. I knew Ryan was gonna say Nieuwendyk. I really did, and I'm sitting here like, Ethan, please, man, please, Super Mario, you gotta know this. you gotta know. Because I'm like, they both know it wasn't Selanne. It's been fucking plastered into our minds that Selanne had a ton of goals in his first year. He broke records, and then
I knew it wasn't Selanne.
No, and we knew it wasn't Mike. At least I knew it wasn't Bossy because Bossy.
Yeah, there's no way it was Bossy.
He scored too many goals, and I know that like
It's one of the best scores of all time.
Like the question then became Nieuwendyk or Lemieux, at least in my eyes, and I'm like Nieuwendyk to me is such the obvious answer that it can't be. So I'm like they're gonna go with Mario. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Lemieux had 43 goals, 100 points though. He did have more points than Nieuwendyk.
Yeah, he was crazy. Don't get me wrong. Lemieux was still insane, but you know.
Yeah.
So, you know what that means? I just heard Bros Bonanza playing, so that means that we are done for today, guys, you know? I don't have any more trivia to do. Both of them got 2 right, one of them wrong, so I actually scored a point today, too. That makes me feel pretty good. Look, man, I gotta take my victories where I can get them, Ryan. Stop bullying me, okay? So, I don't hate Ryan. I love Ryan. I love all the guys. Anyways, so all of us here at Off the Boards would like to thank you guys for listening, watching us, following us, subscribing, doing all the things that we know that you guys love doing for us. Guys, as always, I've been Josh. Down there at the bottom has been Ethan, and over there is Ryan, and together and collectively we are that logo right there, Off the Boards. We will see you guys next week.